Are we on? I think we're on. Look, we might have some Starlink issues tonight. I don't know why. The internet's not that great. I'm going to play a song by Ariane. Now, Ariane, for those who don't know, we put out a competition once years ago looking for a symbol for the movement. And this was the first symbol. We've got the blue bee now, and the blue bee is, I believe, who we are. But 832 came from Ariane. And Ariane said, look it up, you know, what it is. I looked it up, and he said, truth shall set us free. So 832 is a symbol of what we want. Anyway, Ariana sent me this. This is an update of one of her songs. It's a beautiful song, so I'm going to start with this instead of one of mine. This is Ariane.
Taking the 832, heading out of town. There is nothing here to see. Don't want your kind around. Build back better, brain fog is rolling in. Everywhere I go, absurdity is king. You can be silent, but they'll come for you and they've come for me. You can hold on to your material things, but you lose them anyway. They will turn the screws and come for you. Lift up your voice and join the front line. You were born for this time. Lift up your voice and join the front line. You were born for this time. The truth sets you free, indeed. Follow the truth where it leads. The truth sets you free, indeed. Follow the truth where it leads. The truth sets you free.
That's it, finishing this. Bear with us. Now, okay. Sorry, Ariane. Okay. Okay, so I'm just checking the speed now. Now, a few weeks ago, I think it was a few weeks ago, I had Simon Rourke on the show, and we had a great old chat. And I asked him, would he like to come on for other chats so that we can talk about what's happening in Australia and the world from just a male point of view, a bit like what the fuck boys do. It's just two of us, but we're just coming on. I think there's some banter between us, so hopefully he's not going to fuck it up. So I'll bring him on. How you doing?
I fuck everything up, Michael.
Yeah,
I'm the
that's why
king
you're
of
on Cafe
fuck up.
Locked Out.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Cafe
the Cafe for
fucked
Fuck
up.
Up. Cafe. Now, first off, how have you been since I last had you on?
Well, not bad for an old fella, you know, just fucking doing my thing, you know, trying to ride out the apocalypse with a fucking cheery laugh and a whistle.
I have to admit, this is a staggering day, you know, where
fuck yeah.
Liberal and Labor get together to basically fuck us, you know.
They're fucking us right up the arse.
That's it.
With no lube. No lube.
They're betraying.
Right.
I can't believe they're betraying us. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to be swearing tonight, babies. This girl said you're offended. We're just, this is a day for the word. You know, it's just, and before we start, I'm going to bring on this young woman. She's amazing. She's popped up in the last few years. I'm afraid her name forgives me, you know, brain fog and all the dope. Anyway, so here we go. This is about
I've never seen anything this scary. There's five main. The Albanese government has just released the hate groups bill, and in my 15 years as a legal academic, I've never seen anything this scary. There's five main problems with it. First of all, it applies retrospectively. If you said something last year in the wake of the Bondi terrorist attack about the fact that we shouldn't be having immigration from Islamic countries, could be guilty of a hate crime. Number two, there's no...
Well, let's just break him down. Retrospectively. How can you possibly do that? How can you bring in a new law and go, hey, we brought in a new law today? And Simon, 5 years ago, you broke that law, mate. So, you know, we're going to throw you in jail. You're going, huh?
Yeah. It's to capture everybody and make everybody a criminal, and then that way you can remove their human rights legitimately, because you've got different rights when you're a criminal. You're untrusted.
But you think it'd be
you're not a member of society.
You think it'd just be. You think it would be either against the Constitution or just wrong. You just can't bring in a law and then say we're going to fine you for something you did 5 years ago. I mean, it's extraordinary, you know.
It's all it's all against the Constitution. It's all criminal.
Yeah, but
it's all criminal. But you've got to remember that everything that the Nazis did, every Jew they loaded on a cattle truck was done under the colour of law. We're not under the rule of law anymore. We're under law that they just fucking make up, pull out their ass, pull out of thin air, and then, you know, apply it. And the only way that can ever be corrected is in the High Court or by military means, right? Yeah. We're never going to, they're going to have their way with us. They're going to have their little vampire ball. And, you know, how these things always play out is it's the police and the military who decide, do you know what, we've had enough of oppressing our own people, our brothers and sisters, and our mothers and our fathers, and we're going to fuck you up now. That's what happened in Romania.
Yeah, that's right.
Happened, you know.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
It's what's happening in Iran.
All we have is our voice.
It's what's happening in Iran. Yeah.
Yeah. All we have is our voice. Now they want to take that away. Why do you think that is? The only fucking gun we've got is our voice. Say, hey, I don't like what you're doing to me. And then they're going to put you in prison for saying.
I know. Well, they even vague. Listen, I'll just finish her. She's got 5 more points. I just want to break it down.
So if the Minister for Immigration, that's Tony Burke, if he says that you're a member of a hate, so if the Minister for Immigration is having immigration from Islamic countries, could be guilty of a hate crime. Number 2, there's no procedural fairness. They've completely thrown it out the window. It's like an authoritarian state. So if the Minister for Immigration, that's Tony Burke, if he says that you're a member of a hate group, he doesn't even have to advise you. He doesn't even have to write you a letter. There's no opportunity for you to respond, no due process. You're just out. You're a hate group. Number 3, they've defined.
So we're a hate group. Are you there, Simon? Did you have your earphones on before? Because I can hear a bit of an echo coming back from you. Or is that just me? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Yeah, I just thought you were playing that video. It's breaking up my end, that video. I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. This must be, we have a Starlink going on and we just have no internet. It is just staggering. So I'll just try and move and see if it gets any better. So what she's saying is that what she's saying is the Minister of Immigration can decide that you and I are in a hate group and we've got no say about it. We can't do it. He goes, yep, they're a hate group and there's no recourse and it's no due process, nothing. He just says they're a hate group and that's what we're labeled. So that's what she said first.
Find hate crime extraordinarily broadly so that if somebody in the target group feels fear.
What's that?
You can't even challenge it. It's just like a decree. You're a hate group.
Yeah.
I have spoken.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Yeah. It's like a king or this is how they're acting now. And it's all because they believe, I hate to say it, it's very clear, they believe they're better than us. They're treating us like rabble. Oh, you racist white people. We know what's better for Australia. Shave off your beards and go away somewhere and vaccinate yourself into oblivion. Just F off. And this has been done by white people. And I'm sorry, I know it sounds racist, but this is it. We're made to feel like there's something wrong with us because we're Christians, because we're Australians, because we're white, because whatever. And I tell people, Kel and I have lived on the road for about 2.5 years now. I've been on the road for 4 years. I've never gone into a town and seen swastikas. I don't see any of this anti-Semitism anywhere. You do hear people not liking Jews, but we've always heard that from whenever. It doesn't become anything. You know what I mean? So it's just, and people hate all people. Everyone's, you know, they hate Indians, they hate the blacks, and the blacks hate the Indians, and the Indians hate the white. It's how we do. It's just we get on, and yet we all work together on the job place. Like there's nothing wrong. This is just people, you know. I'll just keep going.
3, they've defined hate crime extraordinarily broadly, so that is.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You can't hear
I thought you were playing the video again. I said I would rather people be able to express dodgy views. Like I was saying to you earlier, I've met a bunch of young lads in the pub, and they were anti-Semitic. They saw the root of all problems in the world came from Jews, and I was able to talk it through with them, and kind of give them another perspective, and challenge their ideas. That's how you get a society, is in the marketplace of ideas. You challenge other people's ideas, and whichever is the best idea wins. That's how things work. Well, that's how they used to work.
Look at this comment here. John T. Bastine, good name, brother. In reverse, they are the hate group. Beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
They hate us. They hate us.
They're fucking right. They
take their freedom of speech. You know,
they just poisoned everybody, Michael. Of course, they fucking hate us. They want us dead.
I'll keep going with this though. So what she's saying is that
and now they want us to shut up about it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So she's saying that the hate speech laws are so vague they can take anyone in. So this is where she's up to. So I'll play it again.
Somebody in the target group feels fear. That is actually the threshold met for a hate crime. Number 4, you don't even have to be convicted of a hate crime to be designated as being part of a hate group and then being thrown into jail for 15 years. And number 5, we know that Labor and the Greens have both said that they're willing as being part of a hate group.
So you don't have to be designated as a part
and
of a hate group.
And then being thrown into jail for 15 years. And number 5, that is actually the threshold met for a hate crime. Number 4, you don't even have to be convicted.
You don't even have
to be designated as being part of a hate group and then being thrown into jail for 15 years. And number 5, we know that Labor and the Greens have both said that they're willing to extend these laws. So at the moment, this is limited to race, but we know that the Greens want to extend it to sex.
So the Greens want to take it to, you know, you say anything against trans people, anything like that, jail 5 years. You know what I mean? So this is it. Basically, you've got to walk through your life now without offending anyone ever. Good luck.
I'm fucked. They might as well just fucking lock me up now. They might as well just lock me up now. I'm fucked.
That's now they could do lockdowns. So you can bring the lockdown in Australia now. Now you can do the lockdowns because we're all going to fuck up this. So you'll just lock us all down again.
Well, we're probably all jailable anyway if it goes back. I mean, they can find. I mean, you're not allowed to tell a joke about a tranny now.
Yeah.
And
you can't
it doesn't mean
you can't.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I can say to you, I hate you, Michael, right? And it's out there in the universe. Do those words have some kind of power? Of course they don't. I don't even mean it. I don't hate you. I said I hated you. They're just fucking words. They're words. Yeah. And you know, there's a thing called a sense of humor. And you know, I'll tell you what was fucking cracked me up. Yesterday, Keir Starmer said he was going to lock people up for a very long time for making memes of it. That's how much fucking hubris these fucking knuts have got, right? You're not allowed to joke about them. You're not allowed to mock them.
Yeah.
They can rub our faces in the shit, but we can't have a joke about it.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
It's beyond totalitarian.
Yeah,
But it's
I want to
kinda
bring
good
up
in a
the
way.
picture. Go on.
It's kind of good in a way that they're out open in the open doing this and going to this extreme. Because if this
That's right,
doesn't wake the normies up, like what will? You know?
Yeah. Susanna just
They're
said the
so,
camps that they built are for us now. I bet
of
you the
course
COVID
they
camps
are.
will be used for us.
Of
Yeah.
course they are. But we shouldn't be surprised because, like I say to my kids, the Russians and the Germans, they were living lives like us. They were going to work, they had their businesses, they were going to the pub, they were going to restaurants, they were getting married, they were going on holidays. And then like the boiling frog, piece by piece, their liberties were taken away until one day they went, what the fuck? Right? And society was shut down. And we're at that inflection point right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
this is what I'm saying.
It's not going to be a surprise to you or me if we get locked up in a camp. It won't be a surprise. It'll be like, well, told you so. But it's going to be a big shock for the rest of society, Mr. and Mrs. Normie. It's going to be traumatic.
I'll just play you something. I got this from England. This happened the other day in England, right? With their hate speech sign. So this guy is blind in a wheelchair. He's holding a sign that Kia doesn't like, and so they're erecting him. Look at that. Now, I wonder why the Pakistani rape gangs can go out raping women all the time and raping all the English women. Maybe it's because the cops are so busy arresting blind people who disagree with the government.
Yeah. They're at war with us.
I mean, he's not going to see anything, is he? He can't be a witness. You know, but this is how they are. It's extraordinary.
Well, it's not extraordinary. It's not extraordinary when you understand that they just tried to kill everybody and they want us all dead or in camps. It's not extraordinary at all. It's normal.
Kelly just said, because he's blind, he should have said, I didn't know what was on the sign. I didn't write it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good excuse.
That's a good excuse. What do you mean it says that? I thought it said, I love the government. Now, I want to talk about AI. A lot of people don't like AI. I'm not going to get into a big discussion about AI, but I want to show you this. I'm watching a lot of AI art going up. Can you stop the comments for a sec? But this one, I think this is a work of art. This is so powerful. This sums up where we are now, and a lot of people think. Watch this.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that did this is here, the Dissident Art of Monday Australia. Artist is Peter Yates, 1968. Silence the Streets of Australia. The laws now bind. Voices, low signs. What happened there? Voices, low signs are going nowhere to go. Anyway, look at that picture.
Yeah.
Did you ever think, as Australians, we could ever post that and mean it? I mean, it's just extraordinary. That's where we are.
It about sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. And that's the power of art. That's why I think we should use AI art, use it in music, use it in this, because that can reach so many people. I mean, look at it. I just don't understand how the politicians can live with themselves. You know, they just.
It was like I was saying to you last time about the music. That guy probably can't paint, and I mean, I don't mind painting a bit of art every now and again, and it takes a long fucking time, like any creative process. So that guy, he can't paint, but he can get his vision onto paper using the medium of AI. Right, and that would never be manifest in the world if it wasn't for AI. So what the fuck's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good.
And he's doing it so quickly. He's done it today. Like, honestly, if you were painting that, it'd probably take you weeks. Even if you could paint at that level. I can't paint at that level. I'm sorry, but that is, and where it's got the flag and the stars, I mean, that's just haunting. That's a great T-shirt. So I should get in contact with him. I will get in contact. I've shared it and say, man, I think this is a work of art. So we should have art galleries doing it, you know, because we've never had a time in Australia where we need great artists. We need them, you know.
Yeah.
We just need them. Yeah.
I should have a picture of my knob over the door.
Now back to the hate speech laws. I did a rant today about it, but one of the great problems we have, and this is not aimed to the people here at all, but one of the great problems we have is those who decided to comply through COVID, who just thought, oh, I'll just do what the government wants and then they'll give me my freedoms back. Well, here's your lesson. They took freedom of choice, whether you like it or not, they did. You handed it over. And now they're taking freedom of speech. And it's not yours to give away. Your grandfathers and great-grandfathers fought for it, not as a gift to you, but as a responsibility for you to hold on to and hand on to the next generation.
Yeah.
And our generation in Australia now is just giving it away without a fight. And
freedom needs to be asserted.
Yeah.
It needs to be asserted. It doesn't just it's not a stasis.
No, it's not a gift. It's not like the rich people some years ago said, what's wrong? Do you like work? You don't like working 22 hours a day? Oh, you want a holiday? Oh, sure, we can give you that. How about 8 hours a day and we'll give you 4 weeks holiday and extra money? None of that was given. It was taken by unions, taken by force from the rich.
That's right.
Now they're taking it back.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember which king it was. I think it might have been John, but he was forced to sign Magna Carta.
Yeah, that's right.
He was forced. And he did it under fucking duress. And
then they cut his head off.
Now they're shitting all over that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the foundation of Western democracy and law.
Yeah.
And they're shitting all over it.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah,
the saddest thing is, sorry, Simon, the saddest thing is it'll be the next generation or the generation after that will get rid of it. And they're going to have a real fight, but they'll be so desperate for freedom, they'll do what has to be done. Where we just don't have the fight in us. I'm talking about the great mob, the great silent mob, but we just don't have the fight in us. And so we just don't want to do
Maybe we have to go into tyranny. Maybe we have to go into it to remind ourselves as humanity what life is all about.
Yeah, maybe. Because the other, I'm just getting this. The other thing too is it's talking about. Let's talk about why freedom of speech is important. And you made a great point before we were talking about coming on the show. You know, how can we fix problems if we can't talk about them? If we can't point them out of fear. That's why, say, Bud Light, they learned. They put that gender person on there, transgender person on there. Mulvaney, yeah, and they lost the business. And then was it Jaguar came out, and they did the same, you know. And those, I believe, those things got passed because everyone in the committee room was too terrified to say something. No one wanted to say, do you think a load of people that look like lamps are really the fucking thing we want to sell Jaguar? You know, because we're selling it to, and no one could say it. They went, yeah, that's good. You want to put a transgender person on Bud Light? Oh, yeah, right. You know, because they're too effing frightened, and that's what you end up with. And we are going to economically suffer because people are going to be too terrified to speak. You make vague hate laws, and people just are going to default to silence. Yeah.
There's a chick on my Facebook I've been friends with for years, and she's like lefty, into the latest thing, whatever the current thing is, you know. And I'd say to her things like, you know, how long has this issue about trans bathrooms been burning on your bosom? Has it been for your whole life, or does it happen to coincide with when the fucking narrative's talking about it? Because that's all you talk about now. And, you know, I mean, I just kind of like laugh at these people. But the other day, she made a post about the hate speech laws, right? about how it was a terrible thing. And my fucking blood pressure went up. And I just commented on a post and said, you're responsible for this. You're the fucking problem. Right? Yeah. Oh, well, what do you mean? Well, you're enforcing whatever narrative is put out there, like the current thing, right? And then you're on Facebook policing everybody's speech, ninnying them and wagging your fucking finger and virtue signaling and being on the high ground. You're in the right group because you're worried about tranny bathrooms, right? And now, right, you fucked around and you're going to find out, right? Because this fucking lefty utopia that you've helped to build, you're not going to fucking like it. And you're going to find out that the regime hates, even above people like me, the useful idiot. You'll be the first in the fucking burial pit because you'll be the first to be disillusioned with the regime. Look what's happened. They are now going to do something that affects you, the lefty virtue signaler, right? Affect your free speech, right? So you're like, oh, fucking hell, see, you're turning on the regime, right? So you're the first to go. You're the useful idiot, right? And these fucking assholes, these poor deluded people who played along with not only played along with the COVID narrative, but I'm talking about the section who ran with it, right? Look, let me tell you a little story. Sorry, Michael, if I'm going on. My son's grandmother, she's a beautiful woman. She's in her 80s, fucking Aussie as fuck, like real larrikin, funny woman. She wrote to me during the mandates and said that I should be put in a concentration camp with all the other anti-vaxxers. And she thought the sun shone out of my fucking ass before that. And now she thinks the sun shines out of my ass again. And it's all like forgotten. No, I didn't say that, right?
I didn't mean it. I had my fingers crossed when I said, I hope they kill you.
But she sits in front of the telly watching Channel 9 all fucking day. So these poor deluded people who've gone along with all this bullshit and it's made them feel good, it's fed their ego to be on the right side of things, whatever the issue. They're the ones who are going to be absolutely crushed by this. It's not going to be any fucking surprise to me. I've read the Gulag Archipelago. I've read 1984. I've studied. I've had a deep interest in the history of Nazi Germany and read countless books. So this is nothing new to me. This is just like how the playbook plays out. History doesn't repeat, but it's like ripples on a pond.
Yeah.
It needs to play out over and over and over again. It's like, I don't know, if you were into karma and all that, you might say it's like karmic resonance, Everybody has to learn their fucking lesson. But, one thing I'm kind of understanding from this whole thing that's playing out is that they've come out of the shadows. They're in the full daylight now, stripped bollock naked, like the emperor in his new clothes. Their tackles swinging in the wind, and they're going, look at my cock, and you're gonna like it, right? And they're out there. They're not hiding, Yeah. And to me, it's like with the mandates. If I was worried about losing my house, I'm going to lose it anyway. They're going to take it anyway. I mean, I can hang on to it for maybe a couple more years or a year. But so this is the line in the sand for me again, like the mandates. They're not going to shut me up. They can fuck off. And I see it as an opportunity to, if I get in front of a judge, to say to him, hey, I'm not quaking with fear, and you're the criminal, not me.
Yeah.
Because when I ask myself, has the world changed or have I changed? I haven't changed. I'm the same old, been a good citizen, paying my taxes, generating wealth for Australia, right? Not leeching it out. And now all of a sudden I'm a fucking criminal. So
Yeah.
lock me
You're
up,
the bad man.
take my stuff, go fuck yourself, and I'll see you on Judgment Day when you stand in front of the great judge.
Well, what I think they're going to do is they're going to do it like England. They're probably not going to arrest you. They're going to arrest grandmothers. This is what I'm guessing. They're going to arrest people we don't expect them to arrest. And what that is to do is to terrify people into silence. People are going to go, they just arrested an 82-year-old woman, put her in jail. They just arrested a 60-year-old blind man, put him in jail. They're getting pedophiles and rapists, and they're releasing them from jail so they can put in these terrible Facebook posters, and that's what they did in England. So it'd be interesting to see if the same thing happens here. I mean,
they'll go after us too, though. I mean, it's the chilling effect, you see. What they want is for us to police ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say that,
because that's what they've done. Now, because it's vague, they're basically putting the sensors in our souls. So people would just be going, stay silent. So in the past, my father used to go to me, you can be anything you want. I don't think he meant it, but he used to go, you could be anything you want. He used to say it all the time. And other people used to go, dream and go for it. Now you got to teach your children this. Don't say that. You can't say this. You can't say that. You can't say this. You can't say that. Now, in a world where they can't say anything, where they're terrified to speak, how can they grow? How can they explore themselves? Because the way you grow is you fuck up. You do things that fuck up and you go, okay, well, I really, that was a car crash, but you learn from it. You get stronger and you learn. You learn to do something like apologizing, like going back to someone and say, look, I was a bit out of order when I said that. I was a little bit drunk, but, sorry, man, can we make amends or something like this? But it's effing up and then growing from that. This stops that. Yeah. This makes everyone too terrified to speak. And so most people who are not courageous will default to silence. And that's why that's why this image is so powerful. This is the future of Australia. For those who are not courageous enough to go to jail or get arrested, you're going to be silenced now unless you parrot what Albanese or whoever's in power says. And the Greens, they want to go further. They just want to basically, it's
they're the fucking Nazis. The Greens are the Nazis. They're out of control.
I think they think they're morally superior to the rest of us, and we need to be re-educated to think like them. You know what I mean? So, we have to get to a point where you sit there and go, like in 1984, that guy held up 4 fingers to Winston, said, how much am I holding up? And Winston said 4. But eventually, after enough torture, Winston said he doesn't know. Yeah. He doesn't know. And that was the answer they were after. And so now what they want is they want us to go, can a man give birth? Can a man give birth? And you just have them going, I don't know.
Can I say something about that? Can I say something about that, Michael?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said to you, in our private conversations, I got mixed up with a cult, right? Religious cult.
Yeah, it's a great story. Go ahead.
It's a Christian, pseudo-Christian cult. And I got dragged in by somebody else. But they never broke my mind. But I was more curious than anything. So I hung around for a while, for a fair while, and to work it all out. And this is how they break your mind. What they do is they'll give you say they got 10 doctrines, right? Do you believe in the virgin birth? Yes, I believe in the virgin birth. Do you believe in, God became flesh? Yes, I believe God became flesh. Do you believe in death, the crucifixion, death and resurrection of Jesus Christ? Yes, I believe in that. Do you believe you have to wear the magic hat to go to heaven? Right? And you go, the fucking magic what? The magic hat, brother. You got to wear the magic hat or the magic underpants, right, to go to heaven, right?
Yeah.
And you go, well, I don't know about that. And then the rest of the cult like comes and works on you and says, "Oh, look, brother, better minds than ours have worked it all out before. Before us. You got to accept the doctrine of the magic hat or the magic underpants. Right, to go to heaven." And in the end, most people will just go, "Yeah, all right, I believe in the magic hat," right?
Yeah.
And what that does is once you've violated your conscience once, you're broken like a horse, right? And you'll do it again and again and again.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, right? And that's how they get power over you, right?
Yeah.
It's a trick. It's a magician's trick. And what these fuckers are doing with their men can give birth stuff and all that is nothing but that. They laugh at us.
Right.
I mean, I don't know I don't know anything about your religious beliefs or anything, but to me,
I'm just a Christian.
I imagine the demons just sitting around laughing, pissing themselves.
Yeah.
They fell for it. Women can give birth. Like they're fucking laughing at us.
Yeah,
it's so
I agree with you.
It's so ridiculous. Men can give birth. And that's all it is. And it's to break us. They're at war with us. They want us gone.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring up this thing. I'll see if it goes. This happened this week. I thought it'd get more. So this is a senator on. His name's Senator Hawley. I really like him. He's a Republican from America, but he's just great. We'll stop this as we go, but listen to this.
You bring it up. Why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what
It was going to the answer.
what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
There are many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women.
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should.
And it goes on and on. She never admits it. But the thing is, they want you to say yes because the government said that's the truth. You have to go against your own common sense. That's why I brought up a thing lately called the nonsense war. We're in a war of nonsense where they're trying to get us to not only believe nonsense, but parrot nonsense. And our group, this small little group that we have here, this little cafe and other people around the country like us in all their different groups, we just want to live with common sense, use common sense as the guide. So I understand that a woman can transgender into a man or transition into a man, but if she brought a womb across with her, well, that's a woman, And there might be ask her if her father can get pregnant. Yeah, that's great. And then what also happens is there might be an androgynous person born with two sets of genitals and maybe working sperm and a womb, incredibly rare. And but they're androgynous. That's one of these rare, like unicorn people. You do meet them. That's just how it is. Luck of the draw.
They could get themselves pregnant, Michael.
I reckon I could probably have, no offense, don't get offended by this, but I could probably have sex with you for the next 20 years and you're never going to get pregnant.
Oh,
I'll put $1,000 bet on that. Anyone want to take $1,000 bet? I'm going to.
We could have a poo baby.
Other way around. What's that?
We could have a poo baby.
Well, I think that's what my father thought I was, because he's always calling me a little shit. So, you know,
Yeah.
so.
I can imagine.
But the thing is, that's what they're wanting. And you might laugh about it, but this is real. They want you to not trust your eyes, to not trust your ears, to trust your senses. You know, parrot what the government says. That's why climate change is so bullshit. Oh, climate change, you know, look at the data here, look at the data. No, look at the fucking sky. I'm in Adelaide. It's the middle of January and it's freezing cold. We got the heater on. So much for global effing warming, you know.
Yeah.
What's the comment? Simon's already had menopause.
I have, yeah. The last drop of milk has been squeezed from my shriveled tip.
Oh, it's a cruel world to be a woman who.
It is, yeah, it is.
Also, let's look at that. How insulting to women. They go through the change, which is much bigger than our change. You know what I mean? We just, our balls drop, we sound a bit louder, and then we get super horny, and then eventually over time we get it harder and harder to get erection. That's about it for us. But women, they have to change, so they give birth, they have to breastfeed, they have to have menstrual cycles once a month. You know, they have to then, if you've ever been with a woman when she gives birth, it's insulting to say anyone can just pretend to be a woman when you see a woman give birth and what they go through. You know, so it's insulting to women everywhere. And then they go through menopause, just like they haven't been cruel enough. They've got scars on your belly from giving birth, your boobs are a bit lower because you've had babies hanging off them, and just age. And then they treat you like, in order to be a good woman, you have to look like Elle Macpherson, and you're getting a bit old and grey, so you're feeling this. And just when you're feeling like complete shit and you're trying to, maybe your husband's left you and you're trying to get back into life, bang, you get menopause. And I know you get hot flushes. So 1 minute you're heated up, the next minute you're stripping down naked, you have motions go everywhere. I mean, it's effed. It's really, really tough. And then not only that, but as you go on, because you brought up women, because you brought up the children, your super might not be as healthy as other people. So as you're heading into your older age, suddenly you don't have the means to support yourself, even though you've brought humans into the world, the next generation into the world. And that's why when I was in a cafe the other day in this town called Borough, I think it was called, there was an 80-year-old woman learning to use a till in a bakery, working because she couldn't afford to live. So she's working now at 80. And I thought, that's the prize of being a woman. And now these people are going to go, yeah, I identify as a woman. Well, identify as a woman, put on 50 years, become 80 and go work in this bakery for nothing. Okay? There's a woman. So, yeah, to me, it is insulting to the core. And because we're so tolerant as a race, we've let it happen instead of actually getting to a point of, you know, enough. Like when I think back to the Olympics, I wish the Christian faith just had a bit of the Muslim dog in it. So when those people were making fun of the Last Supper, I wish there'd been some serious repercussions for them to go, you don't insult half the world's population with bullshit like that, you know?
It's the Christian
They'll get me thrown in jail. Let's try it.
Just to turn the other cheek, isn't it? I mean, let them have their little demon festival. Who cares? Fuck them.
Yeah,
they got to answer. They got to answer to the man when he comes back around. You know, they got to answer to him. Yeah.
But the thing is, Simon, look, we're about the same age, right? We've had transgender people around all our. We used to watch Danny LaRue on primetime TV.
Yeah.
You know, we were offended
remember
by
the pantomimes?
Yeah.
Do you remember the pantomimes? Widow Twanky and all that.
That's right. We used to love it. They used to fill theaters, you know, to come and see him. He was a massive hit. There's another English comedian. He's also an actor, but he does trans stuff too. And he says he likes dressing as a woman, but he says he's a man. He just likes dressing as a woman. He's an English comedian. Very popular. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Izzard.
I have to think and come back to it. Izzard, Eddie Izzard. I mean, he's hilarious. And if he wears women's clothes and makeup, I don't care. You're a mature male. Wear what you want. But you're funny,
do
so I
it.
watch it. I thought you were, mate.
yeah.
Are you saying you've come on without makeup on? Really?
And then, can I just say one thing about that, about the trans staff? They're not
I'm so glad
acknowledging that for thousands of years, men have dressed up in women's clothes for the sexual thrill,
Yeah.
right? It's about
Yeah.
sex. And actually, Albo said he was complaining about the bikini gate, and he said that it was a crime for people to sexualize him without his permission by giving him boobs in a bikini. And I thought, well, thanks, Albo. You've clarified it for us. Dressing up as a woman is a sexual act, not an identity act. So somebody dressing you as a woman is sexualizing you without your permission. Thanks for the clarification. Very good.
That's right. I've got this picture here. So I'm going to bring up a picture I took of I used to photograph people, just art photographs. And I took this photograph of a guy called Wayne, very eccentric man. But I took this shot and I showed it to a newspaper, and they said, we love the shot, but we can't post it because it's racist. And I said, how's it racist? And they said, we don't know. We just feel that it is. I'll show you the shot. How's that? Isn't that a great photograph?
It is a great photograph. It looks like a painting.
You know how hard it was to put the flag like that? We had fishing line on the fucking flag, and we were flapping around like this, and we were trying to keep his old fella from being shown, you know what I mean, his knackers. And so, but it's a great shot, but that is deemed as racist. And I
think it's fucking horny. It's got naked men and fucking flags and a top hat. What more could you fucking want?
I should post that up and just go. But the thing is now, the problem is the silent ones. This is the time that they just have to go, no, this is not acceptable. This is not. We have a group of elite people who think they're better than us, and us rabble need to be controlled because they're doing something like that. I mean, did you see the shot I did of the me and the other boys all in the bikini?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I commented on it, didn't I? Not my proudest wank.
Yeah.
I was fucking serious as well. I was ashamed afterwards.
That's okay, but we forgive you. We forgive you. It's a shame you send us the tissues, but we forgive you. Now, that's something else I want to talk about. Now, this is totally different subject, right? I'm noticing that I think I'm looking back to the 70s, and I saw this photograph of the video of the beach. Everyone looked amazing. Guys our age, we're just there wasn't an ounce of fat on them. They were just in their bikinis or in their budgie smugglers. They look great. Old people look great. Young people look great. Yeah. And then I saw some of the guys were looking at the women going past like this, and the women are sort of walking around. I'm thinking, yeah, this is a gorgeous thing. But it's something like in our society now, we've compartmentalized. They go, if you want sex stuff, there's porn over there. Just go there, you filthy little bastard. It's all there, whatever you want. But in here, we don't talk about it. No flirting anymore. And so when we did this Loved Up show, and you're thinking, why are these people lonely? Men are terrified now of just wooing a woman. You get one chance, ask them out, you do it again, you could be a stalker. They're terrified of doing it. And they're almost terrified of actually looking like they're sexy. You know what I mean? Like a man can be, you know? You go to bars, they're sort of placid and stuffing like this. It's almost like we've got to a stage now where there's something wrong with sex itself, or something discreet and something this. Where personally, I simply love fucking. I really do. Yeah. I really love it. I think it's incredibly healthy for the soul and the body. And it just sort of centers you. You get to a point where you're having a great session And it's like the universe disappears. It's like just the two of you. It's like the source of creation. And whether you like it or not, even these idiots who are bringing in these laws, these ones are bringing in these laws and everything else going on, and everyone else wants to trans to whatever they want to fucking trans to. The only reason they exist is because heterosexuals like fucking. We bred all of you. That's it. It wasn't the trans, it wasn't the gays, it wasn't the lesbians, not putting them down. It was us, filthy little heterosexuals. And we bred everyone. That's it.
Yes.
You wouldn't be here unless we liked interacting with each other. And
I've
I'm
had
sick of
many
like
children,
hiding from
many,
no,
many
no,
children.
that's bad. You shouldn't say this, you couldn't say this, you can't flirt, you can't this. F you all. It's a natural part of being a human being, you know? Yeah.
I'm like,
I want to
no,
get
I
off my
fucking
shit.
love you.
Have we lost half the audience? Oh yeah, you said you take all three sisters.
Yeah, I'll take
That was a
all of
great
them. Yeah,
comment.
I'll put them in my fucking compound, but they've got to convert to Mormonism. But can I say something about men and women? The male-female dynamic has been severely damaged by social engineering.
Yeah.
For a lot of
100%.
men, including myself, the cost-benefit analysis, right, is not there.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like, why would you enter into a contract where you're going to get stiffed? You know,
Yeah.
I learned my lesson on my second house when I
Yeah.
gave away the second house. Right now, that doesn't mean that I hate women. I've got anything against women. I love women. Women are great,
Yeah.
and I'm a romantic guy. I love, being in love. It's great, but you get to a certain age where it's too late to start again. Do you know what I mean? With financially, and you got.
Oh yeah, financially. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
good for me because
yeah.
I'm just broke. So it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, you're in a good place as far as that's concerned, aren't you?
You know.
But
Yeah. I mean,
I
Kelly
had
can
a
have half the
girlfriend-
bath if she wants. But
I had a girlfriend, and she was with a very rich guy and an ethiologist or whatever they call him for a long time. Lived in Cottesloe, and he really stiffed her on the. She'd contributed financially in other ways, but she just wanted all she wanted out of millions was 40 grand to start again. And he wouldn't give it to her, and she took him to court, and I helped her with prepare her own case because she couldn't afford a lawyer. And they gave when you represent yourself, they give you like case studies to read.
okay.
And it was a real eye opener. If you say if I've got a girlfriend and she stays at my place 2 nights a week and I stay at her place 2 nights a week, and then the rest of the time we're apart and we've got our own houses. After 6 months, she has a claim on your property because the lawyer can just argue that it's a de facto couple because you're spending nights together, even though you don't live together. So when the game is that fucking rigged, you're asking for trouble.
The thing is, though, I hear what you're saying. Like I think it's 2 in every 3 relationships end up in divorce or separation and mucky. 2 in every 3. And I saw a comedian say, I think it was Seinfeld or someone else said, if you were going to jump out of a parachute and you're the parachute instructor, and I said, what's the chance of this failing? You said, well, 2 out of every 3 fail to open. There's no fucking way I'm jumping out of that plane.
That's right.
I'm not that lucky. I'm just not going to do it. But it's different than this. You know what I think? It's easy to say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off this. But the universe likes bringing us together.
Yeah.
And then you meet someone and they get under your skin and you can pontificate about how this bachelor, this as much as you like. But once that spark, whatever it is, and it's a shame if you're going with men, whichever way you swing. But let's talk heterosexuals for now because we are heterosexuals. Let's do that. You get that spark and it can be instant. And all your defenses are gone.
I mean, I'm not dogmatic.
And that,
I'm just saying
No,
it would
I
have
get
to be a really special person.
Yeah.
You know,
And you get
That's
to our
that's
age
all
and you
I-
think there's none of them anymore. They've gone.
well,
They're
they
either
are.
married.
But the chances of meeting
they
them
are
are
there.
remote. They are there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they are there. But it's, yeah, I agree.
I'm weird though,
You
because
do.
every woman I've ever fallen in love with, I've just walked in the room and gone, dong, and that's been it.
Yeah.
Like instant
Yeah.
connection.
I look at that expression. That's what I had when I turned. Cal was putting money in my pocket, and at Lismore, and I turned around and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm giving you a donation." I said, "Don't give it to me. It was the floods. Give it to the flood victims." And then I looked her in the eyes. And I was like, "Bang!" That was it. That was it. There was no. I didn't see it coming. I'd done about 8 interviews or more. I was really tired. My ribs were broken from I'd had an accident a few days before, so broken ribs. I was in a world of shit, and it didn't matter. Smashed right through all of them, you know.
Yeah.
And it can be
You
hard.
romantic
Relationships can be
bastard.
really, really hard. But I don't know. There's such a magic to it when it works that it makes life worth living. You know what I mean? It's like having this great garden, but you got no flowers, and then the relationship is all the flowers opening up. I mean, it's
Look,
that
they're
fucking
your right.
beautiful.
A woman should be your right hand. We're created as a pair, and
Yeah,
you're not
agree.
whole, right? You're created to be in a union, the two of you, right?
works.
Mum, dad, and the kids. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, in the world that we live in, and the way that these assholes have been fucking with everybody's minds, it makes it extremely difficult to have that. And like I've said to
Yeah.
you before, you know, I don't know what loneliness is. I just love my own company. So for
Yeah,
me
that's cool.
personally,
I'm pretty good at mine too.
to have somebody in my space all the time is a big sacrifice. So it would have to be worth the sacrifice. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Look, I tell you, like by our age now, I see it like we've surrounded ourselves with mines, like protective, you know, like the rats at Trapuk. I met so many blokes. Remember my last job in the trams? There were so many single blokes there. They wouldn't even look for a woman. They had money, good money. They were going on holidays by themselves, but they were, I don't know what they did, whether they went to
shagging holidays. They're going on shagging holidays.
Yeah, shagging
Bonking
holidays. So I don't
themselves.
know if they did that,
Delirious.
but they were confirmed. And it wasn't that they were so much scared of women; they were terrified of losing what they had, because they had a belief that if they got with someone, they'd be with them somewhere for a few weeks, and then if it's separated, suddenly they lose everything or they lose a half. So they
5
were.
years. You
protective
know,
of
a
that.
relationship lasts 5 years on average, right? 5 years, you lose your house. The trade-off isn't worth it. You know, but a lot of that is people settle. They go, okay, this person will do.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll
Yeah.
they'll ignore the red flags. But also, a lot of the time, people misrepresent themselves. You get a girlfriend and it's like 2 months before the demons start manifesting.
Well, same for us, you know. You bring him round to your house.
Oh, I know that one. Love you, bye.
I remember talking about this once. I was in a cafe, and we're supposed to be talking about the world, but I'm really interested why there's so many lonely people. Anyway, I was in a cafe, and I was chatting to someone, and my brother was there. My brother doesn't talk to me anymore since COVID or before that. Anyway, so he was there. He's very different from me. He's very proper. And I said to this mate, as a laugh, if you're with someone new, how long are you with someone new before you fart freely in front of them? A week, a day, you know, how long?
A minute.
And we were laughing, going 10 minutes, you know, we're just taking the piss. And then my brother said, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do I mean? You know, how long?" He goes, "I've never farted in front of Shannon in my life." Now, he'd been with this girl 5 years. They go camping together in this little fucking tent. I said, so, and they're incredibly religious, hugely religious. So I felt like saying, so what do? You know, just go, I feel I have to go talk to God by myself. So he runs out of the tent, gets in the thing, he goes, where she's in the tent going, thank God. And then he comes back in and they just say nothing. How the hell can you fall in love like that? You know what I mean? I mean, the thing about a fart, it's the one joke that never stops being funny.
Yeah.
You know, every other joke, you can tell me a joke, tell me once, tell me twice, it's not funny.
Yeah.
But a fart is always funny. Just always funny. You know, I remember
Yes, the
years
universal.
ago, I was about 10
It's
years
the
old. We were
universal
in this church
Everybody gets it.
and I farted in the church. And it, because of the resonance, it fucking went, instead of being it just went like a fucking, you know. My mum never stopped telling people about that for a few days. She loved it. She goes, "Did the party? Did a little fart? Was it? How big was that fart? How big was that fart? It was so big. Everyone was laughing." Oh, yeah, thanks, Mum. Thanks. I feel closer to God now. Anyway, but this is I'm serious. That's how it was. But the thing is, it was funny, you know. I mean, Mum's probably not watching, but we used to have a joke that she was fart propelled. If she wanted to get from one lounge room to the other, she had to fucking fart away there. You know, this is just humans being humans. And I feel that we're being sculpted to be this silent thing that doesn't do anything wrong. And we're so terrified of what other people think, because now what other people think can get you in jail. They go, that young boy farted in church and I'm offended. I'm offended. I see that fart as sort of hate fart, you know? So, you know what I mean? It's getting bonkers. Humans should be allowed to be themselves. And the other thing too, you said this week, and I'll end on this rant because I'm just ranting. It's how dare the government think that they have the power to tell you, Simon, what to say and what you can't say. Because once they start getting you, you can't say this, you can't say that, they're in your head. They're filtering, they're getting after your thoughts. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How dare they?
They're the thought police.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm trying to cook.
By the way, I
nice
never fart. I never fart.
Oh, is that the truth? You've never.
Yeah, I never fart, and if I did, it would smell like lavender and rose petal.
If love is real, farts don't matter, says Hugh. That's right, guys. It smells like lavender.
Right. Let one rip. Right. Do it. Give her a Dutch oven. Fucking under the blanket, under the doona. Take that.
That's funny. It's like, it's funny, but it's pretty thin. But the thing is, it's getting the fun out of life. You know what I mean? It's how I just and the other thing too, and this is the really important thing. Free speech and freedom of choice are like parents. One's the mother, one's the father, and the child they give birth to, if you allow these freedoms free, if you really, live your life by them, they allow you to find out who you are. You screw up, you do this, you make a choice, that didn't work, so you make another choice. Freedom of speech, you talk about what went wrong and all this figure it out. And you figure out who you are and you bring that person to our community. This is who I am. And that's a gift. And we get stronger because we've got all these beautiful individuals who actually want to work together in a society, but still be individuals. Where now they're trying to make us into non-player characters, useless eaters. They've decided that's what we are, and they're making us that way.
Well,
everyone's talking about rich.
That's why they're attacking free speech, because if you take that away, you take everything away. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's game over.
That's right.
That's the reason.
Because anything they bring in now, you can't say anything about it.
These demonic
Everyone's
hobgoblins, right?
Yeah.
They want to.
Yeah.
They want to destroy everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a vision for the world.
There's nothing that. Yeah, they're going to be at the top, and everybody else who they allow to live, which won't be many, will be enslaved. That's their vision for the future. But I've got big news for them. They're fucking nuts. It's not going to happen. What is going to happen is they're going to end up, right? What they're wishing on us, they're going to get. Yeah?
Well,
that's what they're going to get.
Interesting now. If you want to tell people what to do, don't shut up. That's what they want us to do. So don't. Speak freely. Don't. Even if it means you have to go to jail for a little time, do it. The more of it they do, I think people will eventually get outraged. It'll be just, well, we're waiting to see it in England, but England's still fired up about it. Then they've got that other Irish Enoch, I think. I'm trying to reach out to him. They're throwing him back in jail because he won't use pronouns. A Christian, he won't call a kid they, them, whatever. And so they've thrown him in jail. Last time he was in jail for 509 days because he wouldn't use a pronoun. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. You're breaking up. You're breaking up a lot, Michael. I don't know if your connections.
Oh, that's it must be the internet. I'm really sorry.
If it's your connection.
Yeah, I wish I could help. I don't. Is everyone? Am I breaking up for everyone else? Let me see. So we see if it's my. I'll change to another one. While we're here, there's something else I want to pick. I'm in South Australia, and this is Raina Cruz. There she is. Now, Raina Cruz has been sentenced to jail for 4 years. We thought it was because. Am I frozen?
No, you're moving fine.
Just checking. So this is Raina Cruz. So Raina Cruz, there she is there, beautiful woman, and a very strong freedom fighter. And now they've thrown her in jail for 4 years. We're not sure what the story is. The official story is that she assaulted a police officer, but we've heard other testimony which says that she sort of accidentally or just turned around and hit a security guard. And they've given her 4 years. Now, she lost a child at 2 years old to a vaccine injury. And she's got 4 other kids, I think. And then her husband also died. And I believe that's what it is. And now she's in jail. And I think we should be promoting her around Australia to let her go, because this is it. This is discrimination because she's an anti-vax and they've thrown the bus at her. If she was a new migrant who'd maybe sexually assaulted someone, she'd get a new car and a trip to Bali. But here, this is discrimination against her. And so I'm hoping, I've reached out to a few people in Adelaide. I've given 3 numbers. Only one got back. She said she couldn't help, and the other 2 haven't returned the calls. So we're just hoping if there's someone in Adelaide, maybe her children, or they're grown now, anyone who might be wanting to come on and fill us in about the story of Raina Cruz. We were trying to get to see her in jail, but we're not going to be here long enough. It actually takes a considerable amount of time to go through the process of getting to see her. But so if anyone's in Adelaide, we're in Graham Lyons. We're staying at Graham Lyons Farm. We've got probably another 2 days here, I'd say. We've just got to do some work on the water tanks tomorrow. So so if anyone in Adelaide wants to come out and have a chat about Raina, I think we should get a poster and story up everywhere and shame them as to what they've done to this woman. So or even just let's hear the real story. Everyone's got the court transcript, anything. Yeah.
Get a postal address so that we can drop her a line, keep her
I'll try that. Yeah. I'm not even sure what jail she's in, to be honest. But apparently she's holding up well. Graham's been to see her, so we can get some more information then. But it's basically they threw the book at her, She's got the same sentence that Rainer Fulmich's got. So he's 4 years over there in Germany too. Yeah. Well, anyway, the other thing that I wanted to bring up was there's all talk about war. And Richard came up and talked about war. And there's talk about, we're going into World War III. But I hate war. I know it looks good in the action pictures and stuff like this, but I just wanted to play this as a soldier. I found this on Instagram, I think, and listen to how powerful this is.
I gave the order for them to use the missiles on the building. So we hit it. And then we stormed into the building. And there was 2 about a 14-year-old kid, a 6-year-old kid, and a young, maybe this could have been her husband. I couldn't tell because he was so messed up. And a woman that was bleeding, but not severely, and all she was screaming, "Why, Laish, Laish?" And I broke down. I leaned up against the wall, and as my rest of my Marines cleared through the building, and I sat there with the corpsman trying to do something about it. But I started to cry. I wanted to rip my hair out, what hair I did have, and go nuts. And the woman, seeing my reaction, came up to me and put her hand on my cheek and said, "Inshallah," which is God's will. Because these people over there, it doesn't matter what bad things happen to them, that they can accept it right away as God's will because they're deeply religious. But no, it wasn't God's will. It was my fucking order. I gave the order to fire those rockets into that building, and I killed her family.
What war is, in my humble opinion, war is the extremely rich pitting poor people against poor people so they can make even more money. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're talking
That's
about
it.
war now. They're just figuring out ways that they can make more money by killing your children.
Anything to take our minds off what they did, because it's going to become more and more manifest that people are fucking dropping dead, and
Yeah.
they need to distract. That's what the shutting down speech is all about too. You know,
Yeah.
and fucking Greenland. You know, they're sending 3 blokes in a fucking inflatable boat to Greenland to defend it from Trump. What a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, it is a joke.
It's like the guy just fucking, he says outrageous shit
Yeah.
to get what he wants. So he'll say, "We want to buy Greenland. We're going to fucking take Greenland. No, you can do it the hard way or the easy way." He might just want a submarine base there or something. And then they'll go, "Well, you can't have Greenland, but we'll let you put a base here." And he'll go, "Okay then."
Yes.
So he starts off from an outrageous position. We do the same thing in trades. You know, I've been a tradesman for, all my working life. And believe it or not, it's one of the most traumatic things that Mr. and Mrs. Normie can go through is getting a quote for a trade because they feel like they're going to get ripped off.
Yeah.
And it's traumatic for the trade too, because like if you say, well, it's $5,000 and then they try and beat you down to 4.5 or 4, there goes your profit. It's so what you do is instead of saying it's $5,000, you say it's 6, and then you let them beat you down $1,000, and then they feel like they've won, and then they're happy.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the art of the deal, as Trump would say.
Yeah.
But I reckon World War III, if we're going to have one, I reckon we might see America and Russia on the same side again against the Europeans.
It's strange, isn't it?
We're living in a. Have you noticed? I mean, I'm sorry to become conspiratorial, but have you noticed that things started to get weird when they turned on that Large Hadron Collider in CERN, Switzerland?
Oh, do you think that's what's happened? That's interesting.
Well, something. Look, I'm kind of into quantum physics and stuff, and it's proven that there's parallel universes, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost as if this would be what it would be like if one weird universe was bleeding into ours.
Yeah.
You know, like there was some kind of merging of two, like,
And they had
you know, like
different
Bizarro
morality
World.
from us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And that's when we
nice.
look back, 2015 is when things started to get weird.
Yeah.
Before that, it
well,
was
the other thing too that no one's talking about, even though it comes out. Remember, they had those UFO orbs that Joe Rogan was going, "What the hell are they? They're flying all over America,"
Yeah.
and they vanished. But then they
Yeah.
came out the thing about the pyramids, which has been verified, and they're like 2 miles below the pyramids. There's these huge tubes with stairs going around, and no one's talking about it. Isn't that something to talk about? Who built that? Guys with little chisels, you know?
Yeah, it is weird actually that people don't talk about this stuff. It's like, and I often say, you know, if fucking Adolf Hitler went down Hay Street on the back of a T-Rex, I wouldn't even blink an eye. I'd be like, oh, there's Hitler on a dinosaur. You know, it's like, because nothing would fucking surprise me anymore. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe people are like shell-shocked by the weirdness of it all, that they just kind of like choose not to worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking great bloody like alien fucking power generator underneath the pyramids. It's like, oh yeah, well, what's for
underneath
tea?
all of them? All of them. Underneath all of them that are sitting there, you know, with stairs. So I want to know how high the stairs. I mean, we're talking about big people, little people. I mean, it's just so many questions. So many questions.
I'll tell you the rabbit hole I love that I've been into for fucking years is Sasquatch and Yowie.
Oh yeah,
That's a fucking thing. That's a thing.
we met
Now
quite a few
everybody's
people
got
who believe in Yowie.
Well, now everybody's got a computer and a Class A camera and video camera in their fucking pocket. All these films are emerging, and they're just not fucking hoaxes. I mean, some of them are, but like some of them are just like, and it's weird, you know, because I've done the Bibbulmun track over in WA a few times.
Oh yeah.
1,000-kilometer walk, and I've got a hammock tent, right? So I can just string it between two trees no matter where I am. So I'm not reliant on the huts. And you're out there. This is before I got into Sasquatch. You're out there and you get this fucking weird feeling. And you quite often hear in the middle of the night these fucking thwack, thwack, thwack of somebody hitting a fucking tree with a lump of wood. And you think, what the fuck is that? Right? Well, you go back to the UK and on church carvings all over the UK, they got these fucking giant hairy men and they're always carrying a wooden club. And they do this fucking wood knocking thing to communicate with each other, right? They hit a tree. And I've heard of
that era.
Huh?
They're like the mobile phone of that era.
Yeah. I mean, this phenomena has been going on since the dawn of time. It's like the Epic of Gilgamesh is the first like saga from Assyria, and in it, Gilgamesh, who they reckon is Nimrod from the Bible, he meets this giant hairy man with a club in the forest, in the cedar forests of Lebanon. And he does battle with him, but they're of equal strength. So they become best mates, and they go off on the rest of the quest to meet Noah, who's got a different name, but he survives the flood in a boat with 8 other people. So it's Noah. And so there's a Sasquatch in the Epic of Gilgamesh. And if you look for it, it's all peppered through legend, all through history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I haven't heard that before. That's interesting. No, we met some guys. There's a friend of mine, Michael. He sees a lot of Yowies. He reckons that they're interdimensional beings. And up near Port Macquarie and Mullumbimby, apparently there's a lot of Yowie sightings there. I haven't personally seen any, but yeah, it's look.
The
we
only
actually
reason
don't know what the world.
The only
is
reason I
living.
mentioned it, Michael, was because you mentioned the orbs. Because
Yeah.
they're associated with orbs. Orbs
Oh,
are seen in Sasquatch, and they're supposed to be disappear as well. So you'll have a mud flat, and there'll be footprints, like giant footprints going through it, and then all of a sudden they disappear in the middle of this mud flat. There's only one way for them to go, and that's up. And the Navajo, they say that they come down in they call a moon, right? So a big glowing ball. They come down, they drop off like 3 or 4 of them, the Sasquatch, and they used to feed them and trade with them and all this, right? They see them as a tribe, like of real flesh and blood creatures. But they say they drop them off in a moon, and then there's these other creatures who are like kind of in charge that look a bit like humans, and they kind of wave to the Navajo, and then the moon takes off, which sounds suspiciously like a spacecraft, doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
I mean,
yeah.
these are old accounts from the 19th century, not modern ones. This is written down in the 19th century that they come down in a big moon.
Yes, mate. Look, well, they got those Aboriginal paintings of people that look like they're wearing helmets. You know, this is.
Yeah.
And here's to say, I'm really getting to a point where I'm open for everything. I don't really know. I just today though, you just get baffled with our own people, because I think watching these politicians today, it's clear that they're serving the people by doing this, but it's just not us. Not the Australian people. They're serving other people.
They're serving class.
You look at all the comments on everything. Everybody is outraged. I saw one old woman say, I'm 84 years old. This is the saddest day of my life. She's so demoralized by what's going on. So absolutely the people are not for this. I don't even think the Jews want it. I saw the Jewish people say they don't want it. They're just bringing this in for someone else other than us. And they did that with COVID. They did that with all this other bullshit they're doing. They did that with the climate change and all these turbines that don't work and all the solar panels that aren't connected. And now they're just pushing further. And they'll continue to do it until we stop them.
That's right.
The power is actually with us.
The free speech isn't the end of it. That's like the beginning. That's the beginning.
No.
Then they really get to brutalize us.
No, the free speech is just handcuffing you and gagging you. And then you're just a spectator to watching the prison that they're building for your children and your grandchildren. That's it.
You've often said like that you wave to ASIO and all that. Do you think they really watch you, or is that just a joke?
ASIO?
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. What I heard is John Stapleton said they passed a law about 15 years ago that every reporter is now a person of interest to ASIO. So ASIO has a file on every single reporter. And so it makes sense logically that they would have files on anyone, that anyone like me. What I do fear though, because people say, oh, why they all think, actually I'll come back to that. I do think they do, but I don't have any evidence except really funny, strange things. Now, there's our phones screw up. Sometimes we used to log on to our computers and we were locked out of everything day after day. We'd have to come in sometimes twice a day and we'd have to log back into everything. And so there's just so many strange things. I don't think I'm of any great importance to them security wise. I think they're using me and other people like me, Topher, even Hoodie. I hate to say it, but I think they're using us as honeypots. They're making a note. This will probably lose all my audience. They're making a note of who watches us.
Yeah.
And finding out who are the dissidents, who are the speaker, who are the ones that are talking out, who are the rest. and they're making a list somewhere. I think for the global
Checking it
elite,
twice.
who are the dissidents. So I'm just letting you know. You might have to realize that. I think this is the reason they've left me on, because when they took down my Facebook page, they easily had the ability to take down everything, but they didn't. So yeah,
COVID was the perfect test to see who isn't going to comply. So
That's
you'd be
right.
on a list for that anyway, right?
Yeah.
But So if they are watching, can I say something to them?
Sure.
Right. I understand that you perform a vital function, right? And I've got nothing against you. Australia needs a security agency. But these laws that they've just brought in the modern era have only ever been brought in by totalitarian regimes.
That's right.
So you're going to find that your function is going to transition from the legitimate protection of Australia and Australians to the persecution of normal Aussie mums and dads.
Yeah.
Right? And what I'm going to tell you is this: you will not be able to protect your own children and their children.
No.
Right?
You're living in
So
the same thing.
what I suggest you do is every now and again throw a handful of sand in the gears rather than greasing them, because you don't want to be the Gestapo, and you don't want to be the Stasi. Right? We're all brothers and sisters. We're all Australians, and we're not the enemy. We're just normal
It's
people.
same for the police officers. Yeah, beautifully said, Simon. It's same for the police officers. If the police officers in Melbourne had refused to shoot us at the shrine and said, we're not shooting Australians with freedom signs on the Shrine of Remembrance, if they'd stood down, we probably wouldn't be here now. But instead, and I got this picture here, I didn't take this one, but there it is there. That's the future of Australia there. So here we are.
Oh, they look nice.
Yeah.
They look nice.
So this is it. Like this, if these police officers had been charged for this old woman, we wouldn't be here. Or if these guys had said, these Australians, these highly trained Australian guards, and people think they're from overseas, but they're not, they're Aussies, because one of them's spoken to me. If these guys had said, we're not going to shoot grandmothers, you're kidding? We're here to protect Australians from terrorists, not from Australians.
They look like they're in the Mickey Mouse Club, don't they? They look like they're in the Mickey Mouse Club.
But if they back down, if they actually found some decency in them, some patriotism in them, then they could be the heroes of their time. Instead, it's good that they hide their faces, because it shows that they're ashamed of what they're doing, even though they're enjoying it.
So they should be very ashamed.
Now, is this the one? Yes, this is our current studio. So there's our bus working on the thing now, and in there, and then this is our current studio. So the people that go, because there's people in the movement now going, oh, Michael's paid opposition. Yeah, well, I'm not being paid very well, because that's where I am. So hopefully you can come up with a rumor by somewhere I get paid a bit more.
You're living the dream, Michael.
He's living the dream. But it's great fun being on this farm. It really is. And the other thing about it is he's got a wheat silo here, and it's broken. There's wheat everywhere. And so there's just scores of Corellas and sulfur-crested white cockatoos and galahs. Now, the Corellas and the sulfur-crested cockatoos, they're like bikie gangs. They are loud. They come in. They are the last larrikins in Australia. Yeah. And then above that, they have the black cockatoos that come across. And I guess you've seen a black cockatoo in your time. And they come across, and they're just huge, and they're just beautiful. And I don't know. I'm actually in love with the country. I think this country is stunning, is beautiful, and it's built for freedom. And for some reason, our leaders just don't like us having that freedom. They want to curtail everything. Everywhere you go, don't camp here, don't camp there, don't. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Can I say something about that, Michael?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm like yourself, born in the 60s, child of the 70s and the 80s. And you know the boiling frog analogy, you know, put it in the cold water and then turn the temperature up and nobody notices. And I've been saying for fucking 2 decades, they're fucking boiling the water. They're boiling the water. It's like I've noticed it, you know. You think about it. When you were a kid, you know, the old man could put you in his lap and drive down the fucking road, and you're like on the steering wheel, no seat belts, etc. Right?
No.
And they just like, it's just every fucking day something new. You know, it's like they don't care about seatbelts. They don't care if you fucking die. I mean, they don't stop you from going climbing Everest where there's fucking corpses everywhere, or climbing a cliff, or fucking jumping out of an airplane. It's nothing to do with safety. It's about power and control. And they've got a thirst for it that will never be quenched. The only way it will ever be fucking quenched is when you slap it out of their fucking hands and say, no more. Right? You get back in your fucking position. Look after the roads, shut your fucking mouth, and stop telling me what to fucking do.
Yeah, don't fuck with our freedom. Don't fuck with our freedom. And it's not ours.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
I just want to say here, I got a nice comment here for me. Thanks, Anna. Anna Jokic. Received your book, Michael. Very well written. Anna, you just became my favorite customer. You're my favorite commenter. Thank you very much, Anna.
I've read it too. It's a great book. Should all get
cheers,
a copy.
brother.
It's a great book.
Cheers, thank you. We're doing signed copies. The same with John's book and Paul Conlon's book. If you go to cafelocked.com, look under the Ben Book Company. David Nixon's books are just going to go in too. We're just putting them in, so he's joining us. So this is it. If you're out there, you're writing, you want to put in, this is the literature of our community, and we have to give our community identity. And I believe we do that with art, and we do that, and we fight back against, because what now? They want us to be frightened. They just want us to be frightened. Did you say a naughty word? We're going to jail you. They want us to live in fear. So we fight back by taking the piss. Even if you go to jail, do it with your head up. We fight back by taking the piss. Don't be frightened, because they hate us taking the piss of them. And Albanese, you actually look good in a bikini. I don't know why, but for me, it seems to suit you.
Wanker. He's a wanker. Who the fuck does he think he is? We're not allowed to joke about him?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Have you seen Bob Moran's cartoons? Do you know Bob Moran?
No.
He did all the he's one of us. He did all the COVID cartoons. Famous cartoonist in the UK. I mean, he did one of King Charles, you know, with instead of a dick, he's nude in the throne, and instead of the dick, there's Jimmy Savile's head with a cigar. It's like it's a real piss take. What do they think? Well, they're going to ban cartoons next, because there's no difference between making an AI image of somebody in a bikini and a cartoon. It's lampooning authority.
Yeah,
and it's a way of protesting and getting redress from the government. Hey, you're a fucking you wanna be King Canute and stop the waves and fucking and be in charge of everybody, boss everybody around. Well, guess what? We're going to take the piss out of you, right?
Yeah.
It's the British and the Aussie way. Oh,
well,
can I tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tell you a story about that? When I was a young fella, I met this guy in a pub, fantastic, World War II veteran, right? Old guy. He'd go in there and drink pints all day. And he was a prisoner of war under the Germans. You know, he was in a prisoner of war camp, which was different from, you know, Auschwitz and that. They got treated with a bit of respect. You know, they were, but they had to line up every morning and be inspected by the German commander of the camp and the officers. So they'd all be standing there, attention in their military gear, and they'd walk along the line, you know. And as they're walking along the line, somebody would like do a farting noise, you know, like that, and they'd all start fucking cracking up, you know. And the Germans, they've got no sense of humour. Like, who did that? And like going mental. And then somebody else would go, fuck off, under their breath. And then somebody would go, "Hail Hitler!" And they'd all be falling around laughing. And in the end, they would just like, you know, they would hit a couple of blokes with a stick and then just storm off, right?
Yeah.
And that's the Pommy and the Aussie way. It's like, fuck
Yeah.
you. All right,
Yeah.
okay, we're
Humor is
in
a gift from the gods to get us through this life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to do a
then
call out here. Just, oh, sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to do a call out to Wayne. We've been in contact with Belinda, or Kelly has. He's in a really bad way. He's been in ICU for a long time. I'm not going to say, I don't want to do any more, but if you do pray for him, he's in a really, really bad way. So our hearts and prayers go out to him. It's a real shame and not a good thing for Christmas. So, but before we go, I was just going to go through some comments that have been starred. So this is from Lauren Schneider. Michael, they're starting to stop people from visiting tourist areas like the Grampians. Yep, that's Mount Morning, Lake Eyre. They're actually stopping Australians from going to these places that the Australian taxpayer pays for the maintenance of. Kakadu, you know, there's this, so going over. So just Christy McKinley, just have to close 10-year ban. They removed 70 of my posts, and half of those were Clo posts. Oh, thank you very much. And so this is this. Haha, what a show. From What the Fuck to Perfect Match, and now the Leyland Brothers. We have Yowies up here, Bellbrook, MNSC New South Wales. So there you go. Please send me that clip of the war. Yeah, just remind me, Rich. I will get that. That's Richard Ford. You'll love him, mate. He's hilarious. There's only one time to hold a fart when you have the. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Do you know what? At our age, we figured that out ourselves. You know what I mean? There's Simon, fall in love again. Manifest. He wants you to manifest falling in love. Yeah. Oh, they missed the wolf whistle. Thank you, Wendy. We missed the wolf. Can you wolf whistle? I can't do it. I can't whistle. I dare you.
Oh, I think I've wolfed my last whistle. Oh, man,
We need to get one like a goat.
Yeah, we do, man. There's Simon. Simon, if I may, was this the Pentecostal legalistic religion?
No, it was a legalistic religion, but it was a spin-off of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the Saturday people.
Do you think the people who wish death upon us in the mandates will get caught up in the historical speech laws? No, Joanna, I don't. I think they're going to be targeted at us, not defending us. What do you think, Simon?
No, it's there'll be protected classes like Muslims and pro-vaxxers. They'll be protected by these laws. They're for us. They're to shut down dissent, criticism of the government. That's the only reason. It's got nothing to do with anti-Semitism either.
No, it's your voice, the kid's voice, your grandkid's voice, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kakadu is banned too. And lastly, are we sure Albuquerque? Now that's Australian. See, that's it. He wants to ban it. Now he's known as Albuquerque. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is Australian. This is what Aussies do. Take the mickey out of each other and laugh. I miss that. I miss the things of Australians taking the piss out of each other. It's a beautiful thing. And it's really sad.
Banter.
Really sad. Banter. And that's what used to happen between men and women. When I first entered the workforce, you know, the men and women were doing it constantly. Whatever job I had loads of jobs, and the men and women were always bantering, always innuendo, both of them doing it at each other. Yeah. And, you know, and some of them ended up married, and some of them ended up shagging, and some of them didn't. They just liked each other's company. But it was healthy and it was fun. And there was a bit of, you know, they were cocky, they were attractive with their charm. You know, and it's just, it's ridiculous now. I remember in the Post, I was working at Australia Post, and this woman came in and said to the men, under no circumstances can you make any move whatsoever on any female employee. And I said to her, I put my hand up. She said, yeah. She said, men and women put together, get together. That's what they do. They've done that all through history. You can't control
You
that.
can't stop people shagging.
And she just did this. She said, well, you can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. This is the policy. This is the policy. I'm just doing my job. She didn't have that, but that's what she meant. And that happened like 20 years ago. So it's been a slow, gradual thing of dividing us and making us feel that we're worthless. Instead, we're beautiful. We're beautiful creatures. We're beautiful creatures who love each other company. They're just trying to divide us. We've just got to hold on and remember that. I really believe one of the only truths I know is that, life can be very hard, but the gods gave us one thing to get through all the hardships of our lives, and that's each other. And that's what we have to hold on to, and that's what they're trying to divide us. Now they're trying to divide us.
And a dog. A good dog. A good dog will get you through.
A good dog. Simon, you start manifesting bigger than a dog. Something, bigger than a dog.
I had a girlfriend once who said to me, we were lying in bed one morning and she said to me, it's time to move this relationship up to the next level. And I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, I'll move in with you and all that. And I said, I kind of like things as they are. And she jumped out. She was a little redhead, built like a stripper. Ooh. She was real spunky and fiery, Aussie. And she jumped out of bed and she started putting on her clothes and really angry. And she said to me, it's all right for you now. You're young and attractive. But she goes, one day you'll be old and alone in this big old house all by yourself. And she goes, then what will you do? And I said, I'll get a cat. And I got a cat. She was a prophetess.
Oh, the thing, that's hilarious. A redhead. Oh,
I love redheads. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to wrap it up with a short section we did from the show we did on Monday, which was Kelly's idea. Everybody's talking about it. I think it's going to get more popular. So I hosted it, but this is Kelly's idea, and and we need men to apply. So if you're single men out there, we've got lots of women who are applying, but we're after men, preferably someone with a bit of a sense of humor, and but we're after men. So come on, guys, if you're thinking, what the hell, just come on and we'll embarrass you and humiliate you, and then, go from there. But in reality, it's coming on. It's good fun. David was great and Colin was great. But I think the woman that stole the show was the 91-year-old woman.
I'd do it.
That's like the opposite of a pedophile, isn't it? It's like the polar opposite.
No, she was a spunk.
I liked her. I want to meet her when I get to Perth. I liked her. She'd be a great interview. She was really with it, 91, and I thought she was great. Anyway, so we're going out with the shorts of that.
Do you know she had like a whole bucket of wine as well? Bucket of white wine.
She did. Yeah, she didn't mind that. And the other thing that I loved about it was when Colin was setting up his iPad and he was showing his crotch, and then he put it up. He said, I thought he was beautiful. I thought he was fun, and what people are loving about it is how human it is. People are just being themselves, being a bit vulnerable, and I think it's a great way. Look, and it might just be you want friends, anything like that, or connecting up, but fighting the loneliness is a great thing. So I applaud Kelly for because she constantly, it's not nagging, but she was constantly pushing it, saying, let's do it. So we did it. So it was a beautiful thing. So hopefully Monday.
I really enjoyed it. I had a laugh.
Pensionophile.
And this person wants to know.
She knows she wants it.
Was it a ginger cat?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Ginger
Oh,
Tom.
we need to get a transvestigator on. So I had Graham on the other day talking about what was it? Elite gender inversion, and he said there's
Yeah.
certain things as transvestigators. We need to get a transvestigator on because I want to understand how you actually do it. I got an idea how you do it, but maybe there's a better way. There's a better way. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so we're going to go out. I'm going to play this now. This is Colin. Simon, thanks for a great show, mate. I'm going to get you back on again. It's been a delight to have you on, despite all the Starlink difficulties and stuff. And see you tomorrow, guys. I think Lee's coming on tomorrow again, and you know, he's a profound guy, Lee. So we have him on, and going from there. And we'll probably replay after this. Oh yeah, the Rainer Fulmick interview. That we did that. I posted it before this show, but I'll replay it now for people who've missed it because it's amazing. What we found out is there's loads of doctors, like we have William Bay and Paul Oosterhouse and all these others, and they're suspended. Well, in Germany, they're in jail.
Yeah.
You speak out about COVID in Germany, and the doctors are in jail. Doctors are in jail for speaking out against COVID in Germany. Extraordinary. Yeah. And going from there.
We'll win this war. We'll win.
Yeah, we will. We will.
We'll
We
win.
will. I'm going to have something to eat. Take care, Simon. Thanks, brother. That was great. Stay in the
Michael.
studio. I'll check
Thank
you out
you.
soon. See everybody.
great.
Thanks for coming in. Spread the word and let's stay feisty and funny. And if they want your digital ID, tell them I've got my digital ID. It's written on the end of my it's written on my finger now. Can you see it? It's just there.
Yeah. Fuck
Good night.
off.
Oh, this is it. This is Colin. You're gonna. I might stay on.
There's a bit of a party going on there. Elvis, how do I reverse this photo? Camera back.
We need it that he can see his own face. G'day, Alexander.
Look, just take your finger away, Colin. Your finger was here.
All right. So I'm done, am I?
Don't touch over here.
Just make sure that his face is on the screen.
It's on the screen. It is now, isn't it? Is that right?
That's you.
Oh, yeah. Worked it
Colin,
out.
can you see us? Look at the screen. Can you see us?
I can see you loud and clear, as they say.
That's great. That's great. Now, Colin,
but
you live in
it was-
WA.
Hey,
Rich, we're still on the show.
Sorry,
I'll call you back in a sec.
the noise was me youngest granddaughter is 13 today, so
Oh, we won't hold you up for too long then. Can you just don't put your thumb on the camera. Just don't,
No.
and look at us. Can you look at us?
yeah, I can look at you there.
Now, Colin, we don't bring it up, but just, I don't know if you can still do it, but how long has it been since your partner died?
2,145 days today, yeah.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
It's been very difficult for you. You've had an extraordinary life since, but are you ready now to meet some friends or a companion?
I do meet a lot of friends every day, sort of thing, and that. But yes, I'm not long thinking about a companion. Probably, yes, yeah. Mm.
And what would you like in a companion, Colin, if you had a choice? Like
Oh.
if you could go to IKEA and there were shelves of women, what's your thought?
Well, see, one that can talk, I suppose that's a start, and yeah, just general company sort of thing, you know. Yeah.
Please tell me that's your thumb.
Sorry. Oh, how's my thumb looking? Oh, I got it now. I got it made. Yeah, just whatever creeps up, sort of thing. You know, as long as she's honest and clean and tidy, sort of thing. Yeah, how's
Wouldn't
that?
it be great to meet him? If he met someone? A sense of humour, maybe. Great.
I said
love it.
would probably go down well. I got
Is someone there with you, Colin?
A 93-year-old friend of mine as well at the moment.
Not 93.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Colin, could you get someone to hold the phone for you so you can concentrate? You don't have to. Is there someone there who's younger than 93?
Maybe I could put it down. It's me.
Okay.
Yeah. Or what do you call it? The iPad. Yeah. Hang on. I've got it. Amy sorted out for me, so I could do this here. How's that looking? that better?
It's looking
That didn't
better
take
now.
That's perfect, Cole.
That's perfect, my lovely man.
Well, see, didn't take long. Yeah.
Now, how much do you love people? I mean, whenever I've met you, you love hanging around He's a with people. great You man. still got that?
Oh,
He's a gorgeous man. Have you met him,
Absolutely,
Simon?
Yeah. Love getting around people. We're having another big party on Saturday as well.
Have you met him, Simon? Oh, Simon frozen.
Catch up with
No,
a few friends
no,
in there, yeah.
never.
Yeah. When we're over, we'll get you together. He's
Great.
incredible.
I'll bring out the ham and silver side. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Here it
Any
comes.
questions for him from
So you can cook too, Colin, can't you? You're quite savvy in the kitchen.
Well, I make the world's best Christmas cakes. People say, geez, you're a good cook. I said, I can read a recipe that was in Wendy's family for about 150 years, and I follow a recipe. And I've got a stove that does all the work. I do bugger all, really, but I'm, classified as a good cook. But I can knock up a good food, yeah.
I can vouch for the Christmas cake.
There you go.
That was fucking gold. Who's that?
So can we. We've had
Who's
one.
that? Who's the person next to you?
That's my dear friend Patty.
Hello, Patty.
I'm 91 and looking for a companion also.
Oh,
Well, there you have it. You're not okay. No, stick around. Get back.
Let's start smooching, Patty. We'll get into this.
Put you both in together.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, haven't been looking properly. Hello.
Patsy.
She's a drink or two. Test her out with a Coke, Yeah. Yeah.
Patsy, what are you looking for in a partner, Patsy?
Patty.
What are you looking for in a partner, my dear?
In a partner, just somebody to be honest, take care of me when we go out, and not to take advantage of me.
Oh.
Now that's
Oh,
gold.
bless her heart.
That is just humans being human.
Yeah.
That is gold. That is just beautiful. We don't need to be governed. Leave us the fuck alone. We enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
We'll get through. Yeah. This is called the
Do
Lonely
you notice
Ballerina. What's that?
do you notice how simple their requests are? How simple?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Just somebody who's good company. You know?
Yeah, I know. I know. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And anyway, this is called the song's Lonely Ballerina. It's from a musical I wrote, and I just put it to this old woman dancing. So this is for the old woman there too. The old woman in this has dementia. I nicked it off the internet. But yeah, anyway, go from there. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. And see you tomorrow if you want to come on with Lee at 8 o'clock. Simon, you rock, brother. Thanks for a great show. See ya.
Cheers.
Things change, things do up ahead. The story you're writing isn't written yet. This evening is only a paint. In the morning, your writer will begin again.
The ink you breathe is never dry, and you won't predict your course.